Hello again. I'm sure this is my last presentation, I guess. uh, so let's okay. Thank you, Chris. Let's start with accessibility. So we started this project last year on the Collabora Online. So let me give you a small gist of why we need these features and what are the benefits. So I just want to tell that the product is for all the people, even if you have any visual if you have any visual impairment, or do you have any disability, you should be able to access all the features using keyboard, without using any mouse clicks. So that's the real goal. So let's go to the points why we need improvements on this. So yeah, there are still and many lacks in the icons. So icon doesn't have the alternate text in the Collabora Online, which makes difficulty for the browser to read properly what the icon is for. So the screen reader will get confused for the users who are dependent on the tools like NVDA, or in case of Debian, it's Orca. Also we did improvements for the normal users. Like there are difficulties using the keyboard navigations. For an example, if you go on the notebook bar tab, you cannot easily use the arrow keys, like left or right arrow keys will not change the focus, or not even select the specific tool item. And there are many conflicts between alternate text and area label inside the HTML elements. So if they both are present, then screen reader will get confused, like what's the real purpose of this element, and then eventually it will be very hard for the screen readers to exactly guess that element. So yeah, this is the navigation bar which I am talking about. You cannot even go using like left or right arrow key or the tab function to move around from file tab to home tab or insert tab. And yeah, there are some improvements in the grid as well, for the color palette. So it will be more easy for the users to go left and right and back and forth using your simple keyboard keys, and not even touching your mouse clicks. So yeah, these are the same points which you see in the video. Let's next go through the what is the main usage of alt attribute, why we need that. It allows, like basically it's a helpful parameters for the screen reader to go through the HTML or the DOM element and scan through all the alternate text, and then it will decide what I needs to be read out loud for the screen readers, and what are the helpful elements for the person who are using this type of tools, and not reading all the HTML elements. For an example, if this alt element or all the area label are not present in the HTML structure, the screen reader will read out loud all the HTML thing. Like it will call out the div, and then all the element name, what the color is. But instead, we only need for an example, we only need to read out the home as the main purposeful word. So these are the area label improvements that we did. If you see on the sidebar element, there are edit buttons, and inside the JS dialogues there are many select elements or the drop down elements. You can go through each using the keyboard controls, and it will read out loud the options as well. To fulfill the HTML, to fulfill the accessibility part, we also need to be consistent with the HTML structure as well. We were using in many places like the div element instead of the select element for the drop down elements, but that will be more difficult for the screen readers to guess like what should be what should be I read out loud from those elements. But there are some limitations, like we do load when we click on those drop downs. So in many places select options are not every time feasible. So alternatively we can add area label on those labels, on those elements, or we can replace the select that element with the select HTML element if we know all the options will be present over there. So yeah, and also we can add properties like area has been area expanded or not, area has been there are any pop-ups or not. This will also help also help the screen reader to define like what exactly on the screen right now, and what needs to be tell to the screen reader. And yeah, there are some improvements in the list box improvements, which are the same I told about the select element. If there are any HTML structures where the select HTML element is not feasible to add, we can alternatively add the area label to all those options with the different element structure, like if we are using span or div. And there is also one point about the binding of label element and label element with the input element. So there is, for an example, there is a JS dialog like a form. And inside that form you need to fill up your name or your phone number, something. But whenever the focus goes on to that element, like input element, the screen reader should read out loud about like fill your name, or this is the like write your phone number, something. But you cannot display those full text on the screen. So it should be hidden inside the HTML structure, but it can be read out loud by the screen reader. So that binding needs to be correct. So there is a rule, not a rule, but label should be always bind with the input element using the for and the ID elements, ID attributes of those things. So yeah, this way we manage to make better the forms and the JS dialogues in the context of screen reader. Yeah, and these are the wonderful people which helped me to achieve like whatever we did last year with the accessibility. Thanks to Pedro, Shimon, Henry, Marco, Banobe, and Path. Yeah, so that's it on the accessibility side. Any questions?